Hello everyone, welcome back to Prep and today we are with yet another episode of Placement Unlocked series wherein we discuss the truth about 100% placements at B school. So any top tier B school or in fact any B school that you apply to, they promise you 100% placements. But what is the reality behind it? We are going to disclose it fully, and this is backed by audited report, audited analysis, and let's understand the reality. So every B school, they definitely claim 100% in headlines, but how is that number actually calculated? And what all things you need to take care of when you do your analysis? So let's just get started with this. And I hope you all are as excited as I am. So perception versus reality. Let's discuss what the aspirants assume and what it actually measures. So the assumption is that 100% of students who enroll, they do get jobs. So let's say any B school has a batch size of 370. You're assuming that all of those 370 students will get a job. Well, again, and that too via the placement cell upon their graduation. But please remember that this is just an assumption, and you are assuming that everyone who is in the batch, they have opted into the placement process, but that's not the reality. 100% placements mean that 100% of seeking and eligible students get placed. So the placement reports, it calculates percentages using the specific cohort of eligible students who remain active till the end of the placement season. Now, what does it mean? It means that it includes people who have been part of the cycle, and it excludes students who are opting out for maybe entrepreneurship, for off campus roles, for maybe they have decided to pursue some other kind of education. They do not want to be, employed right after their MBA. Maybe they have some other course in mind. People who are not seeking placements do not come into this bracket. So the 100 percentage is using that specific cohort only. Now, why do people opt out? Sometimes it is forced, sometimes it is not forced. And to be very honest, saying forced again can be a very different reality because, uh, there is a deadline. Uh, because when admission cycles happen, every student is generally looking for the latest placement reports. So there is a deadline at which these B schools do publish their reports, their placement reports. And nobody wants to have a bad figure on their report right before admission cycle begins. So please understand, maybe the opt-out thing is not forced, or that does not mean maybe the B school will stop guaranteeing guarantee तो वैसे कोई भी नहीं ले रहा है तुम्हारी placement की, but that doesn't mean B school will stop supporting your placements. They do support even after the opt out in most of the scenarios, but at the same time, it includes a clause that now they are not responsible for your placements, and they can start seeking off campus roles as well. So some B schools have this forced opt out. You have seen so many posts on Instagram, so many mails that got leaked. So some B schools, yes, that is a harsh reality. It forces the students who are left over, very few, maybe 10, 12 students who are left out. So instead of keeping them in this cohort and reducing the percentage of students who got placed, they ask them to opt out. And if they do opt out, there might be conditions where the B school will continue giving them the placement assistance. However, in this specific cohort, they'll not be part of. And sometimes the students voluntarily also opt out because they have some family business, they want to pursue entrepreneurship, and MBA was just a goal to learn more things. So that also can be a case. So this is about the perception and the reality of the 100% placements at B school. Now let's get into the placement funnel. So first is the total enrolled stage 1. So this is nothing but the total batch size that has been admitted to the MBA program at year 1 commencement. तुमने जैसे ही B school join किया, This is your total enrolled student. There are 380 students, there are 500 students, let's say. So ये तुम्हारा total enrollment है into the B school for that particular year. Now stage 2 is your eligible cohort. Sometimes the B schools might have strict criteria that they have the eligibility is that you do not default. Let's say a B school has 5 defaults at as a cap. More than 5 defaults, you're not even eligible to be part of the placement season. So that can be one eligibility criteria. And what do you mean by default? Let's say placement committee ने कोई industry lecture रखा है, कोई pre-placement talk रखी है, and you do not attend to it, or you miss out on any particular placement process, that counts as a default, because whatever time, energy, efforts they are spending on bringing those recruiters to the place, to the placements, to the campus, you are missing out on that opportunity and you're not taking it seriously. So whatever default criteria is there, that has been stated prior to your placement season itself. And there are certain academic criteria, CGPA thresholds, attendance that is required to certain placements as well. And all of this would be very well in advance disclosed in your placement manuals. So understand, agar tumhara CGPA, let's say 4, below 4, you're not eligible only for placement. So the B school is not even taking ownership of your placements. You're out of that specific cohort. So the stage 2 is, first is your enrolled batch, then comes your eligible cohort. How many people are actually eligible to sit in these placements? Then comes your placement seekers. Out of that eligible cohort, there comes your placement seekers as well. Students, they actively seek campus placements after deducting those opting out or signing off. So placement seekers are the ones who are still seeking campus placements, and it excludes people जिन्होंने off campus अच्छा खासा role they have gotten, good company they have gotten into, or they have opted out for various reasons. Business karna hai, they already have a family business, they want to join it, whatever the reason might be. The stage 3 filter is people who are actively seeking campus placements. And the stage 4 is the offers accepted, the placement seekers who successfully receive and accept a final job offer. And this forms the placement percentage numerator. So offers that has been accepted, people who receive and accept a final job offer. So first stage is total enrollment, फिर तुम्हारा eligible cohort, उस eligible cohort में कितने लोग placement seek कर रहे हैं campus से, और फिर offers that has been accepted. Now, what do you think? Opted out का मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो unemployed है. Understand that. Opting out is a standard. It is legitimate category in audited B school report. It does not automatically mean that a student failed to get a job. ये भी समझो. I know there is a lot of negativity and a lot of people assume that opt out किया है मतलब he did not land up in a job. He failed to get a job. But that might not be the case at all, because people have different goals. Sometimes it might not make sense to you, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. So there is entrepreneurship that people might pursue, startups, launching their own venture directly after MBA. So उनको नहीं चाहिए placement, उनको नहीं करना है corporate में, so they get into this, so they opt out. Then comes your family business. You're returning to scale the existing family enterprise that you have. Maybe higher studies, maybe you have decided to pursue PhD or some further academia globally, so you do not want the placement. Then comes your off campus, or returning. So returning is nothing but returning to previous employer or an independent offer that you bagged. So a lot of students seek off campus placements because जो उनके dream companies हैं, there is a good chance that company might not even visit the campus. But वो तो तुम्हारी dream company है. You have gained the skills in the MBA. So you do apply off campus to these companies and you get placed, तो तुम opt out कर दोगे. Or sometimes a lot of students are also on sabbatical, wherein they are just taking a 2 year break from their current employer, and now after the MBA they'll join back that employer. So that also can be a case. तो opt out का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि वो fail हो चुके हैं to get a job. That is also one condition. Having said all of these, that is also one condition that a student failed to get placed because the market situations are bad. Companies are not hiring very frequently. And the main problem with campus hiring is that the students are going to join what 7 8 months later. It is a huge gap, but someone will join immediately. So that is one thing that a setback, I would say, to campus placements. However, please understand, opt out can mean two things. One, person failed to get a job. Second, they have just chosen a very different path completely. So the placement reports, they do exclude these kind of students. Moving ahead. Yeah. So this is about the audited data of IIM Ahmedabad. And let's just take an example. I would say take it as a case study. Uh, and let's see if total eligible students for 23 batch is 140 and 24 batch is 147. So that is the total enrolled pool. Students seeking placement is 130 out of that 140. So these are the students who are entering the placement process. And opted out is 10. Maybe it's off campus, maybe it's higher studies, maybe it's entrepreneurship. Okay. So 130 students are seeking placements. Offers accepted is 128. So what is the placement rate of seekers? That is 98.4. So what is the offer accepted rate divided by the seeking students one? And placement rate of total batch would be 91%. That is offers accepted divided by the total batch. ठीक है, तो ये डिफरेंस समझ जाना. Now comes binary placements, macro placement rate and micro outcome satisfaction. So please understand that 100% placements does not mean that you got your dream job. That might not be the case, or you got your dream role. नहीं होता है बहुत बार. So expectations versus reality can be different because the campus, the placement cell, they would, for obvious reasons, would just want you to have an offer at hand. They are not here to give you your dream job. कि तुम्हारा dream job नहीं लगेगा तब तक will keep the cycle open. That's not the scenario. एक offer मिला तुम्हें in many B schools, that is the end. You are out of the placement season unless some dream company closes. तो 100% placement का ये मतलब नहीं है कि all of those students got their desired role or got a good role. बहुत बार ऐसे भी हो सकता है that when market situation is bad, most of them got into mid roles, average roles. In a good scenario, people might not even have considered them. So the placement reports might not show this side as well. So whatever placement rate is there, it measures employment status as a binary variable. कैंडिडेट को जॉब ऑफर मिला हाँ या नहीं, बस उतना ही दिखते हैं. We don't see if we do not see what is the micro outcome satisfaction, whether the student secured their target domain, function, location or expected compensation level. ये सब नहीं दिखा जाता है. तो they might get into a non-preferred sector, but that is something that they have to deal with it. So, in a tough hiring cycle, a candidate aiming for Prodman might accept an operations role as well. On paper, तो वो 100% placed है, even if career alignment was compromised. So, maybe someone who's looking very actively in finance gets into a marketing role. So, this is a sad reality, but again, when there is a tough hiring cycle, when the batch size is continuously growing, when there are hiring freezes going on, this is something that you'll have to deal with. Now moving ahead. Now, this is also one thing that you need to keep in mind. Headline CTC figures can be misleading due to skewness caused by extreme high value international or niche consulting offers. Sometimes there are outliers in your CTC's average और ये CTC में तुम्हें दिखेगा कि यस सब तो ठीक है बी स्कूल का लोएस्ट ऑफर इज 18 के करीब मीडियन इज 31 एवरेज इज 34 हाईएस्ट प्लेसमेंट उनका 1.4 now you'll be like wow that is a great number but understand ये outlier है इसके वजह से डेटा स्क्यूनेस आया है एंड दिस माइट बी एन इंटरनेशनल ऑफर जो इसमें कन्वर्ट हुआ है एनआर में और दैट माइट बी यू नो a very different offer you don't know it's a fixed component you don't know कि कितना variable है but ये एक number का addition has completely distorted the entire data. That is the reason why you have to always rely on median CTC. That is the true 50th, the half one, and average भी skewed होगा, to highest CTC भी skewed. So do not rely on these factors. So make sure that you do not get misled. They are giving correct numbers, audited numbers है, लेकिन तुम्हारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग गलत नहीं होनी चाहिए. So that is the reason why I have written the slide. So whenever you analyze the placement reports, please do look for these traps. Now, what reports don't tell you? One is the PPO incursion impact. Whatever PPOs that are on during SIPs, they reduce pressure on final placement drives. And that is also one thing that is there in your placement reports. Lateral versus campus freshers split. Experienced candidates, they often have significantly higher CTCs, higher roles, and they lift the batch average. So वो तुम्हें पता नहीं चलेगा कि freshers ने actual में कितना कमाया unless they state that data. So but understand that जो भी experienced लोग हैं जो भी है मतलब जिनके पास significant work experience they'll get better roles. तो वो बैच एवरेज बढ़ेगा ही. Then comes your rolling placement duration. 100% placements achieved on day 3 versus achieved after 6 months of rolling placement. They have very different dynamics, so please understand that. Then comes your contractual or deferred offers as well. Some tech startup offers, it may carry probation periods or performance clauses before conversion to permanent payroll. So ऐसे हो सकता है कि प्लेसमेंट तो हम दिखाएंगे कि हो गई है बट मे बी दे हैव समथिंग लाइक अ क्लॉज लाइक 6 months वी आर गोइंग टू गिव यू इंटर्नशिप उसके बाद इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड टू अ फाइनल ऑफर इफ यू परफॉर्म वेल सो सच थिंग्स ऑल्सो हैपन नाउ how to compare B schools. Don't just ask if it is 100% placement. Understand कि batch size क्या है, active placement seekers कितने हैं, because it will reveal what is the opt-out rate and what are the denominator adjustments. Don't ask what is the highest package. Median पे focus करो तुम, because it will eliminate the outliers and show you the real expected salaries. Don't ask which companies visited, how many offers were made per company, in your particular domain. That is something that you have to ask. And if the auditor, if the report is audited or not, is something that you can check. And don't just prepare for interviews, understand the landscape, target the right roles, craft your winning placement strategy with Prep B. In the description box, you'll find some links. You can join the WhatsApp group, and we conduct free GDs, we conduct free CV review sessions, and you can join them. And if you have any kinds of doubts, you can reach out to us. Thank you so much, and we wish you best for your placements. Thank you.